Hello friends, today we will configure static routing. Here we have following tasks. First task will be to configure 6 different networks for 6 different departments. Here we have different departments, admin department, HR, finance, IT, civil and electrical department. First we will configure different networks as we have VLAN 10 for admin department and network is defined here as 192.168.10.0. Similarly, for VLAN 20, we have HR department and network is 192.168.20.0. Finance department will carry the VLAN 30 and network 192.168.30.0. Similarly, on the other hand, on our Office 2, we have the engineering teams. We have IT department with VLAN 40, 192.168.40.0. Similarly, we have civil department with VLAN 50, 192.168.50.0 and electrical department carrying the VLAN 60 with network ID 192.168.60.0, and these two offices are connected via two different routers, and we will define these networks on this switch, in fact these VLANs on this switch, and we will create our sub interfaces on our router's interface 0/1. Similarly, we will create the networks for these departments on the sub interface of this router's 0/1. We will create all the 3 VLANs in this switch office named as Office 2. These two routers will be connected directly via a copper link, and we will connect them via a network ID 10.1.1.0/24. We will configure DHCP server for each network on these two routers. Then we will configure Inter-VLAN routing on these routers. Later we will configure static routing from this side to this side. In fact, we want all the 3 networks of Office 1 to communicate the other 3 networks of Office 2. So guys, let's start here. First we will configure our switch of Office 1. System view, host name, Office 1. Guys, in this lab we are basically we are demonstrating all the tasks which we learned in our previous videos. We are practically implementing those tasks in this lab. In this lab, you can see we are going to configure VLANs, inter-VLAN routing. We are going to configure DHCP server. Similarly, sub interfaces, and a new thing we are going to discuss here is static routing. How we can communicate different networks of different sites via routing, via static routing. So guys, let's start here. Our task to be performed on Office 1 or VLAN 10. First we will configure VLANs, then we will assign the ports of this switch to different VLANs, and later we will configure our router. VLAN 10, name admin, VLAN 20, name HR, VLAN 30, name finance, interface range for 5 ports for VLAN 10, gigabit, port, link type, access, port, access VLAN 10, interface range, second 5 ports for VLAN 20, interface range 6 to 10, port, link type, access, port, access VLAN 20. Interface range gigabit, third 5 ports for VLAN 30, 15, port, link type, access, port, access VLAN 30. Our port number 48 is connected to our router's port 0/1. We will make the port number 48 as trunk link. Interface gigabit /48, port, link type, trunk, port, trunk, permit VLAN 10, 20 and 30. Save our configuration. Okay, now we will configure our router here. System view, host name, router 1. Okay, first we will configure our interface 0/1. We will configure our sub interfaces on this interface. Interface gigabit 0/1.10, VLAN type .1q, EID 10, IP address 192.168.10.1, which will also be the gateway for our users of VLAN 10. Here we have assigned an IP address to the sub interface. Now we will configure the second sub interface. Interface gigabit 0/1.20 and VLAN type .1q, EID 20, IP address 192.168.20.1, interface gigabit 0/1.30, VLAN type .1q, EID 30, IP address 192.168.30.1. Now we will configure our interface 0/0 for this network. Interface gigabit 0/0, undo shutdown IP address 10.1.1.1. Now we will configure our DHCP servers on this router in order to assign the dynamic IP addresses to our users of admin department H finance department. Okay, first we will enable DHCP server. DHCP server IP pool admin network 192.168.10.0 mask 255. Gateway list will be our IP address of the sub interface. Address range 192.168.10.101.2.168.10.200. Similarly, second DHCP server will be DHCP server IP pool HR network 192.168.20.0 mask 255.255.2.0 gateway list 192.168.20.1 and address range will be 192.168.20.101.2.168.20.200 and DHCP server IP pool finance network will be 192.168.30.0 with mask 255.255. What is finance network 192.168 mask 255. Okay. Gateway list 192.168.30.1 and address range 192.168.30.101.2.168.30.200. Save configuration. Okay, our configuration of this site has been completed. Now we will configure our second site. Okay, this is our office 2. Okay, how can I do this? Okay, let's try. System view, host name, office 2. We will configure our VLANs first. VLAN 40, name IT, quit. VLAN 50, name Now we will assign our VLANs to the respective ports of the switch. First 5 ports for VLAN IT, VLAN 40 in fact, interface range gigabit to gigabit 5, port link type access, port access VLAN 40, interface range gigabit, second 5 ports to VLAN 50, 6 to 10, port link type access, port access VLAN 50, interface range, third 5 ports for VLAN 60, port link type access, port access VLAN 60. We have our port number 48 connected to the port 0/1 of router tools. So interface gigabit 0/48, port link type trunk, port trunk permit VLAN 40, 50 and 60. Done on Office Tools router. Save. Okay, done. Now we will configure our router to system view, hostname, router 2. Here we will configure our server interfaces on port 0/1. Interface gigabit 0/1.40, VLAN type .1q, VID 40, IP address 192.168.40.1, interface gigabit 0/1.50, VLAN type .1q, VID 50, IP address 192.168.50.1, 255.255.0, interface gigabit 0/1.60, VLAN type .12, VID 60, IP address 192.168.60.1. Our sub interfaces have been configured. Okay. Now will configure our DHCP server. DHCP server IP pool IT network 192.168.40.0 with mask 255.255. Gateway list will be 192.168.40.1. Address range 192.168.40.112. 192.168.40.200. DHCP server IP pool stable network 192.168.50.0 with mask 255. Gateway list 192.850.1. Address range will be 192.168.50.200. DHCP server IP pool electrical network will be 192.168.60.0 with mask 255, and the gateway list will be 192.168.60.1 and address range 192.168.112.192.168.60.200. Correct. Now we will configure our interface gigabit 0/0 for the network of 10.1.1.2. As we have assigned 10.1.1.1 on this interface, we will assign the second IP on this interface. IP address 10.1.1.2. Configuration is done now. Okay. Now let's configure our end host. IP has been assigned of this network. Done. Similarly on yes, we have got an IP address. All of our end hosts have been assigned IP addresses dynamically by the respective DHCP servers. Now we will try to configure and try to access all the networks from the admin's PC. Ping 192.168.20.11 accessible. 30.11 accessible. Now we will try to access all the other end hosts from this PC. 40.11 not accessible. 50.11 not accessible. 60.11 not accessible. As we are able to access these two networks from this administrator's PC, though we are not unable to access our other department's PC from this administrator's PC. This is because we don't have any kind of routes on these routers. In order to access these networks from this PC, we require routes on these routers. We have, according to our today's topic, we will add our static routes on this router as well as on this router. So let's start here on router 1. System view, route, route, static. Here we will define our destination network. We have here three destination networks. These three destination networks: 192.168.40.0 with mask 255.255.255.0. Next hop IP will be our this IP address 10.1.1.2, 10.1.1.2. Similarly, other networks 50.0 and 60.0. Now we will add these routes on this router. IP route static 192.168.10.0, 10.1.1.1. Now try to access our, yes, we are able to access our remote host as well. Friends, this is how we can configure our static routes on our layer 3 devices by using HCL Cloud. If you have any kind of query regarding this tab, you can ask me in comments. Thank you very much.